Now, the question is, how many of you thought that TikTok was bluffing? The amount of people that came in telling me, oh, they're not going to ban it. Don't worry. It's not going to happen. And look at where I'm at. TikTok called on everyone's bluff and said, fuck it, I'm going to do it. It is very strange. And, the message that popped up said something about they're trying to fix the problem. I'm like, I hope so. To all of you that follow me here, I'm glad you found me. I'm going to start posting videos today. Not me, especially when they started to drop other apps. Yeah. And the worst part is that a lot of people were very ignorant. And they didn't do the research and said, oh, we're going to go to Lemonade. And Lemonade is a part of TikTok. It disappeared as well. And CapCut is gone. I had to cancel my subscription for CapCut because I'm an editor. I follow your YouTube before the ban. That was smart, Rudy. I'm on Redno, but I'm not going to post content on Redno because Redno is too difficult to use. Everything is in Mandarin. I translated it, but most of it is in Mandarin. It is all by design, MZ. You're right. But I'm here. It's definitely a different platform. It's very strange. YouTube is just weird. I don't love it, but it's what we got. Even if we get it back, it will be the same. That's a good question. Now, at this point, we're waiting for Trump. So Chew's gonna sit down and negotiate with him. Will it be the same? It's hard to say. I imagine so. But I don't think he's gonna he's gonna bring it back for 90 days. He's gonna do that little extension, and then after that, I doubt that they're gonna sell. No. ByteDance is not gonna sell. They're not. It's not as fluid as TikTok. Fantastic analysis of YouTube. I agree. Gracias. Rednote is a lot of fun. The problem is that it's just that. It's fun. It's for watching stuff and whatnot, but for creating content, it's not the best. And there's parts that will still remain on Mandarin that I can't pick up a different language. You know? I'm never going back to TikTok. Keanu, I'll go back to TikTok in a heartbeat. I got way too much money involved in that shit and way too many followers. I managed to get 14,000 of you here. That is it. Out of 590,000. It is weird. I miss TikTok. Marisol is very strange. I woke up this morning and I opened it and I was like, TikTok is gone. And I'm like, fuck, dude, this right. What am I going to do today? So I bought some chili. I'm going to make chili beans. It's -1 degree in Colorado. They really need to bring it back. All the shorts on here are 6-month-old. Tab. I went in and it's a disaster. Everything is like dated. It's like that meme where Joe Pesci comes in. What is this shit? I wish the homepage was easier to navigate. Yeah, me too. It's very hard. I imagine you're talking about Rednote. I loved it. If it owned by Meta, it's a hard no for me. We shall wait and see. Meta is never gonna buy TikTok. I think TikTok, what they're gonna do because Shou knows that the involvement with Meta is not a great idea. I, in the best case scenario, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think they would do it where they're gonna they're gonna integrate it with a conglomerate of billionaires, or there's also an offer from like a co-op where everybody gets to own TikTok in the United States via a small donation. But I don't think they're gonna sell it to Meta. I don't think they're gonna sell it to anybody for that matter. But look at this. This is fantastic. I got 99 people right now. Like usually on TikTok, that's I mean, I get like 200. But considering the amount of people that are on YouTube, this is great. This is a good life. I'm glad that you all are here. And I'm gonna keep doing lives. I saw another creator post a screenshot of a message on Facebook stating that she could link her TikTok account seamlessly to her Facebook account. So now I wonder if Meta bought TikTok. No, that's not how it works. There was a very, very, very big amount of people thinking that Meta bought TikTok. It's a little trick that they pulled. They're just linking it. Any internet company can link you to another internet company. And what they do is they extract your username and your info so they can log you in. It's a way to transfer your username and your account to Meta. But you're not transferring TikTok. They're not buying TikTok. And a lot of people, unfortunately, fell for it. It's quite sad. I like arroz blanco con huevo. I will survive. It's a great dish. The TikTok ban is the crappiest game of chicken ever. It really is. And TikTok is winning right now. It's good to see you too, Rosie. Hey, there we know how to start again. Yeah, I mean, it's hard, but I don't have any money involved, and the minute it's back up, I'm over there. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with TikTok. The problem is who's gonna buy it. But I doubt that Meta's gonna. They're not gonna sell it. They're not. I don't think they're gonna sell to anybody. Will you go back to TikTok even if it's owned by Meta? TikTok is never gonna be owned by Meta. It's not gonna happen. I promise you. It's so boring without TikTok. It is. Aaron Parnas posted TikTok is coming back online slowly. I can see my profile and the message is gone. I mean, that would be great. Do you know why CapCut was removed as well? Because it's owned by ByteDance. You have to understand something. People don't understand this. It's like, and it's because no one has read the law. The law exclusively bans. It doesn't. Let me see if I can explain this so that everyone can understand. And pay attention because this is important. The law that forced ByteDance to sell TikTok Inc. bans ByteDance from doing any business in the United States under any name. So it's the law says it's ByteDance and any of their affiliates, corporations, or like anything that they create in the United States is banned. That's why when you go into CapCut, it's shut down. When you go into Lemonade, which a lot of people, unfortunately, were telling me, oh, go to Lemonade. I'm like, you don't understand. Lemonade is disappearing as well. Anything that is linked to ByteDance, the government says, if ByteDance doesn't sell, I am going to forbid any operations in the United States by ByteDance. That's why TikTok is gone, CapCut is gone, and a lot of other apps are gone. ByteDance has a lot of apps. It's not only TikTok. My family and I have decided to delete the app on Insta. However, we will try our best to force our parents to delete Facebook. I'm deleting Insta today, and I'm deleting Facebook probably tomorrow because I'm selling something and I needed to sell, and then I'll delete it. But CapCut was removed because it's owned by Meta. The law says that if not by Meta, I'm sorry, by ByteDance. The law says that if ByteDance doesn't divest, it's divestiture. If they don't divest their investment in the United States, they can't operate here. That is it. To be honest, if Trump saves it, ain't gonna anything he does or touches ain't for me. He's not gonna save it. He's not gonna save it. The most he can do is have ByteDance sell to a US based company. But Biden
here's something that people don't know as well. Biden tried to negotiate the sale of ByteDance, and he couldn't do it either. There's a lot of things. If you I encourage all of you to go into Google and read the case that solves the constitutionality of ByteDance being banned in the United States. Is a 27-page decision, 9-0. All judges agreed that it should be banned. That if they don't sell, they can't operate. The first, I want to say, the first 10 pages of that case explaining the trajectory of ByteDance in the United States is fantastic. They solve it then, and that's interesting. But the way they solve the problem is great because they give you like a timeline of everything that happened. And one of the things that happened is that the courts, the appellate court and the lower levels, sent it to the United States Executive Office, to the Office of the President, to negotiate because they couldn't, and they never got to an agreement. And that's why it went all the way to Supreme Court. Biden couldn't find any solution to it. The Democrats couldn't save it. I don't think Trump is going to save it either. Because at the end of the day, it's not about saving the app. The app doesn't need saving. It's just that they don't want to sell. And rightfully so, because it's a company that's a multi-billion-dollar company that owns something called a trade secret. They own the trade secret to the algorithm. China did a fantastic job in creating an algorithm that flows naturally, quickly, and it responds to your views and how you're reacting to them and your likes and your comments. It is an app that is like futuristic. And people don't understand it because a lot of people don't know about coding, they don't know about computers. But what that app does is amazing. I went to YouTube today and I was scrolling and I scrolled the same fucking content and it wouldn't switch it. And I'm like, you know what I'm liking? Why don't you switch it? And it doesn't switch it because the algorithm on YouTube is garbage. But when I went to TikTok, I watched like 3 things and the next 4 will be the same. It catches it like that. It's a fantastic technology, and they don't want to sell that technology because if they sell to a company in the United States, they will be, in essence, giving away their trade secrets because part of the sale would involve the algorithm. And it's I wouldn't do it either, you know? Yeah. Oh my God, so happy to hear from you. Thank you, Blumeria. I told you guys I'll be on YouTube. I had it on my bio. People don't know how to read bios. It's so sad. I had it on my bio. It said, YouTube, follow me. I had it for months. I did lives with the YouTube. I said, I'm going to be on YouTube. But a lot of people didn't cut in on it. But look at this. This is magical. This is fantastic. 176 people. On a live on YouTube, I am basically getting the same amount of people that I had on TikTok. This is amazing. It's great. And the algorithm on YouTube they have one as well. It's going to keep catching it and it's going to keep giving you my content. I just hope that a lot of the people that follow me on TikTok will follow me here. Shu seems too interested in Trump for me. Shu doesn't give a shit about Trump. Shu gives a shit about money. He's the CEO of a multinational corporation called ByteDance and TikTok Inc. And his job is to do his best for his shareholders to make money. And that's why he's kissing the ring. If I were to sit down and negotiate with someone, a multi-billion-dollar deal, I wouldn't be talking shit about them on the internet. That's just fucking stupid. He's doing right by them. He's smart. Yeah. This is ridiculous. Yeah, it's not that it's ridiculous. It's just the way business is done. It's a good start. Yeah. Freedom of speech. And Rosie, it wasn't even a case of freedom of it was a case of freedom of speech, but the Supreme Court decided that there was no speech being they didn't cancel TikTok. They didn't ban it. And it's not even a ban. They didn't allow them to operate in the United States, not because of the content. They never went into the content of the speech. They're not questioning the speech. They're questioning their business motives and how they're doing it and how they're extracting information and have it readily available for China. And that's a compelling argument. Se jodió TikTok, that's right. Trump started this mess. Yeah, and Biden finished it. That's another problem that you people don't understand because you hate Trump so much. I hate him too. but Biden has just as much fault as Trump. Trump came to the table and said, I think our information might be stolen by China because of this situation, and they have the algorithm and they're keeping all our info. I think we should ban them if they don't sell to us. And Biden and the Democrats look at Trump in the face and said, you know what? I agree with you. This could be a problem. Let's get together and ban it. They both did it. Trump put out the idea and Biden signed it. Biden sat down and went like this. And it's like, thank you, Trump, for this fantastic idea. I agree with him. And you have to live with that. You have to live with it. You have to understand that the Democrats did just as bad, if not worse. Yes, please. I feel so disconnected today. We all do. I'm glad to see you guys too. Hey, Luis, I'm worried that Shou is like siding with them. He's not siding with anybody. He just is doing right by his owners, What do you think Trump's deal about TikTok is about? I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, he's bound by the law. The law says that there has to be by the executive and by Congress an approval of divestiture, meaning that they are looking at the negotiations thinking, oh yeah, you guys are moving forward to selling the app, and then we're gonna give you an extension. He has 90 days. That's it. Que se siente el primer escalón de North Korea light. It really is North Korea light. That's a great take. That's a really good take, Luis Sanchez, because we're getting very close to communism by these people banning an app like that. I wish there would be a solidarity across the world to have everyone delete their accounts in Meta. I'm deleting mine in Meta. Facebook is garbage. It's horrific what they did. I'm deleting Instagram and Facebook. My girlfriend did it already. It's bad. They have a lot to blame, a lot of blame to hold. I just want to know, where are we primarying, who we are primarying in 2 years? That's a great question, and the answer is I don't know. Shout out to South Dakota, Ray, and Carolina. The Chinese will not sell. I don't think they will. When TikTok comes back, I don't trust it. It will probably go for a limited time until new apps are released. That's what they've been doing so far, so it's not going to be any different. I hope you're right. It's the only thing that's running through my head, and I will not go back if that's the case. They changed the message when you open TikTok. It doesn't mention Trump anymore. Who is this? This is a good one. Joy. Yeah, listen, it might be because of a political name. The board probably sat down and said, we shouldn't put the name of the president there. It doesn't favor us. Let's just say that we are working on it. And they changed it. It helps because a lot of people are fanatical and they'll be like, yeah, if it has anything Trump in it, I don't care. And they're mixing things. Because Trump isn't going to save the app. He's going to do the same thing that Biden did, negotiate his sale. Now, another thing he can do, and I haven't discussed this, let me read this real quick. I closed my Favos account over 8 years ago. The hell with Meta. Yeah, good job. It's garbage, Raymond. I will never be the same. Good to see you. Thank you, Sigro. I feel so lost. I grabbed my phone in the morning, do my morning check, and instantly got so sad. Yeah. What will be Meta's incentive for linking to YouTube? The incentive is that they get to move all the people that are not on Meta to Facebook. Cynthia, you have to understand something. There's a lot of people that don't do Facebook. I never do Facebook. I had it open because my parents messaged me and they saw my pictures there and whatnot, but they're trying to pull the people that are on TikTok into Meta, into Facebook. And some people will fall for it. And they're also trying to make people think that they bought TikTok. And a lot of people, unfortunately, they don't search, they don't research, they fell for it. What is another good video editing app? Lumeria, that's a good question. I used to use GarageBand, but I don't like GarageBand too much. It's more for music. Adobe, but Adobe is so complicated and the software is $200. There's another one called Corel. There's many, but they're so complicated for what TikTok needs, for what you need. You need basic editing tools. CapCut, in my opinion, is the best out there. I pay $9 a month and I love them, but it's gone. Yeah, I heard CapCut is gone. It was a really valuable app for a lot of people. CapCut was amazing. I did all my memes there that people loved. Yeah. Redno, Jesse, is a Chinese app, completely in Mandarin. I'm not gonna post on that app. It's too complicated. I don't have the time to pick up Mandarin. You have to learn how to read it. I'm just not gonna post there, and they don't pay me. And I'm not gonna do this for free anymore. I'm tired. Thank you, everybody that's coming in. This is crazy. 212 people on YouTube. I did not expect this. I thought it was gonna be far less people. Yeah, I'm done with Insta. I never got engagement anyways. Yeah, I don't like Insta. To me, it's a worthless app. It's all curated content and pictures. It's kind of dumb. Where do we go once we get rid of all meta? Here, YouTube. Haven't had Facebook and Instagram in years. Good job, Rodrigo. Deleting all meta. TikTok CEO with Trump is not the same. Who can trust them? A lot of people are saying the same thing. I think that's why they deleted the message that said that they were negotiating with Trump. People hear the word Trump and they immediately get suspicious. Especially WhatsApp, because that's how I communicate with my family in Canada. Oh, that's interesting. I never use WhatsApp. I think I don't even have it. I do have it. I just never use it. It would be nice if they sold it to the people putting the money for it. I don't have a lot, but I'll put whatever has to be done. Charlie, there was a guy that's developing a co-op for the people of the United States to own it. I don't know what's it. And we also have Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary. He offered 20 billion for it. Like an active, like real offer. He said something that was kind of stupid. He said they can keep the algorithm, I'll develop my own, but good luck with that. The algorithm is where the sauce is. That's the secret sauce. Yeah. They need slab with all the paperwork. TikTok is coming back for some. That's great. What do you think the deal between Trump and TikTok is about? What's the catch? There's no catch. He either sells or he doesn't. The other thing that Trump can do, and there's like historical precedent with the Supreme Court on it, is that Trump can choose not to enforce the law. I think it was President Andrew Jackson that did it years ago, back in the history of the United States. He was one of the few presidents that the Supreme Court made a decision on tribal lands and enforcement of property rights. And he didn't want to take tribal lands from the natives. And he said, I'm not going to enforce that law. And he didn't. He didn't enforce it for a year. You can look it up. Trump can choose that. Trump can be like, I'm not going to enforce the law. TikTok can operate in the United States. I'm not going to do it. Because the president of the United States has something called discretion. He has prosecutorial discretion. So him and the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, can sit down, both of them, and say, we're not going to do this. We're not going to enforce it. So that's another one. I'm not on Blue Sky. I'm going to be on YouTube only. Thank God you are here on this morning. Thank you, Linda. Can we change our location on our device? No, that doesn't solve the problem, Rosie. That's another misconception. The servers are down. Even if you have a different IP address, the servers are not operating. They shut down. You're not going to see anything. I've been live on YouTube for 12 hours and straight just running a screen. I mean, this 207 people. This is amazing. I went in, I was having breakfast and I'm like, I'm just going to go in. I've never done a YouTube live. Let's see how it goes. And it's been surprising. And I also like YouTube because YouTube allows for content that is usually banned on TikTok. So it's a little more flexible. Like I can talk to you guys and show you guys about firearms, about other things that, I just can't do it on TikTok. Yeah. I wouldn't trust if they sold. I would use it for a few months and see how it goes. But they're not going to sell it on Meta. I doubt it. I'm not going to be on Red Note. I'm on Red Note. I have the same name, but I'm not going to post content there. It's all in Mandarin. I'm sorry. I just can't understand Mandarin, and I don't have the time to pick it up. Jesse Acosta. I'm so happy to see you. I'm happy to see you guys too. I don't like shorts on YouTube. The problem with shorts on YouTube is that they're only limited to 3 minutes. So if I'm going to do more than that, I have to create a video. And the video, I mean, I have the camera phone. These camera phones are great. They have good high definition video, but then you have to. YouTube is just different. It's a different type of quality. Like when you guys can check out my podcasts. They're all here. I saved them. When you're doing uh, YouTube, you have to have good quality editing and camera work and microphones, and it's different. But if you guys want to see my oh my god, my podcast is in there. I'm in conversations with Derek Mayo to see if we start the podcast again. I might. YouTube is strange, but the video quality of this life is far better. Yes, that is true, Tab. And the messages are not like jumping. The quality of YouTube is greater in terms of the flow and everything. Yeah. Retinol has been good with showing me what I want to see. Yeah. Yeah, it's an algorithm, it works. I support you no matter what platform. Your work is meaningful and insightful. Thank you, Antonio Otero. I appreciate that, brother. I'm glad that you guys are here. I mean, I'm blown away. I'm mind blown. I thought maybe I get 10 people. I didn't know. I've never used this thing before. So it's great. But yeah, I'm glad that some of you migrated. It's a very difficult morning for a lot of people. I went in last night and I was like, where the hell did TikTok go? I was gonna post a goodbye video and I had it saved and it wouldn't load, and it was because they were taking it down. I felt so bad. And there's also a matter of the financial situation. I got money down there. And they haven't sent me an email. They haven't said anything on whether they're gonna pay content creators or not. They left me in a pinch. I had $3,000 on that fucking month. And they haven't paid me. So we'll see what happens in February. As much as I miss TikTok, I hope they don't cave and sell. I mean, listen, 10% of something is better than 100% of nothing. If they sell their portion of operations in the United States, they're not selling the company. They're just selling TikTok Inc. and CapCut and fucking Lemonade. If they sell that in the United States, then it doesn't matter. They're still going to get a ton of money. I would negotiate it and tell them, hey, listen, I'll sell you the app, but I won't sell you the algorithm. And see if they'll bite. If they have somebody that's really good at coding, they might figure it out. Awesome to see you, Luis. Thank you, Rock Pebbles. Thank you, Jess. I'm glad that you guys found me. This is very exciting. It's very cool that we get to keep talking and chatting. Good morning from Cali, Nana. Yeah, this is awesome. Hello, TikTok fam. Will you monetize? Well, here, if you're talking about YouTube, monetizing on YouTube takes time. I already have the following, but the problem is that you need to have over 1 million hours. That's a lot. Like viewership wise, I had about TikTok, but I had 595,000 followers. If I had those followers on YouTube, it would be easy to monetize. I need the hours. If I can get the hours in 3 months and I grow and I get to like 40 or 50,000 people, I think I can do it in a few months. I'll try. I mean, I'm here already. So I'll start putting out 3-minute videos and see how it goes. I even watch your podcast. I've been following. That's great, Rosie. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you're following. Luisito, I'll follow you everywhere. Thank you, Miss Crystal. I found you in China. Do you know that? It's crazy because I have more followers. I have more followers in China than here. My app, Red Note, I have 20,000 on Red Note. And I have 15,000 here. It's crazy. I have more on Red Note. Hi, Luisito. I miss TikTok already. We all do, Rebecca. We all do. I'm so happy to see you. I knew you were here. Thank you, Cassie. It's great to have all you guys in here. It's fantastic. I didn't expect to be that many people. Sorry, I jumped. That's great that you guys came from TikTok. I'm glad, man. I really appreciate all of your follows. It is all about money, Sunflower. It's weird not seeing you on TikTok. I hope it gets resolved. I think that for sure Trump is going to get a 90-day extension. For sure. Because it's like, they'll give it to him. Yeah. And he has Congress. So There's a lot of Republicans that are not happy with Trump. When he told Republicans, "Yeah, we're gonna, Shu is gonna come over to my inauguration," they were like, "We don't like it." They were very angry at him, the fucking Congress. But I like how that part I like about Trump. Like he doesn't give a shit about anybody. He's like, I'll fucking invite him. I'm negotiating with him. Trump is probably gonna want to be in the board. That's another one. He could be in the board. Because he'll find a way to get paid. You know, he's like, where do I wet my beak? And I don't give a shit, to be honest. Then why is Shu gonna be in the inauguration and posting Donald Trump content? Well, I just explained that. I just explained that. I felt like he sold us out by meeting with him and being at the inauguration. He didn't sell anybody out. Shu has no loyalty to you or a party. What do you think? Shu's Democrat? Why do you talk about him like he owes you something? The responsibility of Shu is with his shareholders, not with you, or like he's trying to do good by his TikTok followers by having the app available. And if Trump gives him 90 days, then he makes the app available. If you don't like that Trump makes the app available to you, you can always cancel it. I personally don't give a flying fuck. If Trump allows for 90 days, I'll come right back in and create content. I'll take gifts even when they come from the Greeks' enemies. Like, I don't give a shit. You're making too much out of it, to be honest. You sound a little bit like Blue Maga, and that's whatever. I dealt with you people before. I love your content. You never sugarcoat anything, very straightforward. It's the only way I know. Morning, Luis. Great to see you here. Thank you, Mel. It's glad to see you. Biden finished it. Yeah, Biden finished it for sure. He signed it. They're all responsible for it. Yeah. Oh my God, the amount of messages I'm getting in here is insanity. I am so back on it. I can't, that's crazy. I didn't expect to be that many people in here. That's a good point. I'm going to opt out, and that is okay. That's the reason I like you. Sure, you can opt out. That's fine. If you don't like anything that Trump approves, you don't have to follow it. He didn't have to take it down, but it's now giving Trump credit for negotiations. It's whatever, you know. I don't care. I don't care who gets the credit. Trump can only leave 90 days, correct. I opened this app and you were the first thing I saw. No, I haven't TikTok. So thank you, Francisco Quintana. Are you going to Clapper? I'm not. I'm going to stay on YouTube. Everything Trump touches, it dies. He's not touching it. The app still belongs to ByteDance. Yeah. Meta isn't booming like it's used to. Well, Meta is garbage. I was on Good Troubles Live when they killed the app, took a screenshot. So we boycott if they try to buy TikTok. I mean, sure, if you don't want them to sell their Meta. I don't think it's going to make any difference, but sure. Yeah, I'm able to get in my account. They should have left the accounts running for the people that have creator funds. Luis is coming back. I'm American. I'm seeing some American content creators try and go in. That's great. I'll go in later. I love your take on things. Thank you, April, for following me all the way here. That's awesome. It was nice to see you and hear your voice this morning. I hope you're back later today. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate your follow. It's crazy the amount of people that follow me here. I'm very excited, very happy. I mean, it's great that I have loyal followers that will be like, fuck, I'm going to go to see his ass and tell YouTube. I mean, it's very different. It's kind of surreal, to be honest. You're one of my favorite Boricua influencers. Thank you, Jessica. That means a lot. I love your beautiful, kind words, everybody. I was doing a fucking goodbye message yesterday, and I was telling my girlfriend, Tao, like, shit, I had this beautiful 4-minute message, and they they couldn't upload it. I don't fucking know. If they sell TikTok, it will be censored to certain topics. It's censored to certain topics already, in case you didn't know. It's not like they let you talk about whatever the fuck you want. My God, this is a lot of comments. Okay, this is crazy. I didn't expect that many. Holy shit. I'm not gonna be able to read all this. This is overwhelming. Thank you so much, everybody. If there's a difference in deleting the app, just not being active on it, there's no difference. Not to them. Um, yeah. I went on since it's for personal use, and I went on the feed. The amount of hate I seen in comments, people laughing, saying, "Is a real job now." Well, this is a job. It's not my full time job for me, but for a lot of people, it is. But what is a real job? Changing the oil in a car, designing plans for building a house, going to court and representing clients, selling cell phones. What's a real job? I think that the acting, doing Hollywood movies, is that a real job? Does Logan Paul, who make billions of dollars, have a real job? He's a content creator like me. Listen, I don't think there's such a thing as a real job. I think that your success in this country is defined by the amount of money you make. Because you will never hear a person tell Tom Cruise, hey, why don't you go get a real job, you fucking actor? You know what I'm saying? You'll never see that. They just tell it to content creators that are small in an effort to humiliate them because there's a lot of people that can't do what you do, you know? But I make just as money on this app that I make as being a lawyer. So which one is the real job when I make the exact amount of money a month? I feel like this is just as real. I mean, when I get that money through PayPal and I spend it, it feels very fucking real. I can put it in my hands, I can touch it, I can smell it. That's real green. No, I think people are just envious because they can't do what you do. And that's okay. I get haters. Hey Luis, go check your TikTok. Well, I can't check it if I'm with you guys. Is TikTok back on? I'm looking at it right now. I don't know. Just announced, NBC just announced it's being restored. Check my feed and it's back. Well, that's amazing. If it's back, I'm gonna be in there and I'm gonna be doing a live there. I'll tell you what, if it's on, I'll go to TikTok and I'll do a live. Yes, my TikTok is working. Wow, that's amazing. That's very cool. Well, listen, I'm gonna go in and see if I have access. But stay here because you guys don't know what's going to happen. At least you know that now you have access to my content here and I'm going to post actively. So stay tuned. But you have no idea how exciting it is to see all of you guys in here. This is great. And the content is flowing, your comments is flowing, so I get to interact with you just like I did on TikTok. So, stay here and don't quit the account because we still don't know what's gonna happen to TikTok, even if they bring it today. But I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna check it out, and if it's there, I'll put some videos out today. If the app is not returned, will you still be entitled to your future funds? Freedom Rivera, that's a very good fucking question. The answer is I don't know. I hope so. Do you believe that they were sincere in their stance that TikTok was a national security risk, or do you just think it's about money and power? I think it's both. I think our information is definitely vulnerable to the government of China. What would the government of China do with that information? It's hard to say, speculative at best. But the Supreme Court was clear that they don't need to have concrete facts in terms of China using it or not. They just don't like that they have the access. The government of the United States doesn't like the fact that the government of China can go to like ByteDance headquarters in Beijing and say, hey, I want all the information from TikTok Inc. in California. Every user, every phone number, every address. ByteDance cannot say no to the Chinese government. That's the problem. The United States cannot do that with its corporations because they have something called protection of illegal seizures and searches. But in China, that shit doesn't apply. My TikTok is working. Well, I'll go in. I want to see if my account is still there. If my account is still there, I'll put it up. I'm a large content creator, so they might treat me different. I don't know if they're gonna just let me up. But if they're announcing that it's coming up, it's awesome. It's making me think that they were just playing chicken, trying to threaten the government to like, hey, look at how people lost their shit. But if they're there, I'll go in. I'm just glad that I have this medium to talk to you guys, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to communicate. But thank you guys for coming in. This is amazing. Over 240 people were on this live. That's as much as I get on TikTok with a fraction of the followers. So listen, I'm gonna go to TikTok. If it's available, I'll create content today and I'll do a live today. I have all day. I'm snowed in. It's -2 degrees in Colorado. It's freezing. So I'm not going anywhere. But again, I have to, before I leave, thank you guys. Thank you so much, because this is like awesome. I didn't expect to have this much following here on YouTube as well. I'm going to keep posting actively on YouTube. It's 3-minute videos, but it's still enough to make me put the message out there. Make sure you follow this account. And if you see me on TikTok, tell other people, hey, Luis is on YouTube. I was there with him. We were like hanging out and he had a live and it was great, because I'm definitely going to keep creating content. I kind of don't want this to go away. Because even if TikTok gets that extension, I don't know if it will last. So stay here, stay in touch. I'm going to be kind of doing both things at the same time. At any rate, I'm going to go over there, and if it's available, I'll go up. Thank you guys for following me. I really appreciate it. This was like a nice surprise. Se les quiere de gratis, mi gente. Que tengan buen día.